Yeah, that should work. All by myself. You are not late. You are actually right on time. It is the beginning of Chaos and Crochet, but let's look at my pajamas first because these are new and it's really great. It's kitty. I got pajama pants with unicorns on. Good stuff all around. Happy New Year! Hey everybody, it's the first stream of the new year. I'm streaming on my own, unfortunately. Emerald's got tied up with work. Bronny says he feels too fat to be on stream. So that's something. But don't worry, we don't need them. We got me. We got Chicken Kitty here. And we have wine. Yes. Yes. This is all we need. And it's a little flat, but oh well. I'm going to finish off this wine because it went flat. I like my wine sudsy, which I should have figured. I opened it up and only finished half of it before I left for Christmas. Let me go ahead and link the stream everywhere. Oh, that's gaming. Boop, 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 boop. I'll have to put it in Spencer's chat because he's not around. Live streams. All right. Let's see what we got in chat so far. I've already linked the stream everywhere. You're not late. Welcome back. Get any good Christmas presents? I got quite a few, and they were all kitchen related. I got a new crock pot, a food processor, Tupperware, and like 2 charcuterie boards and a rolling pin. Like, I needed all that stuff, but it was funny that most of my presents were kitchen themed. Then I got this really good headset from Bronny's sister. Hold on, I'll show you. These will be coming into play during the gaming streams. They're cute. It's not bad at all. We gotta run it through a few tests, but they're pretty good. So that was neat. Going to toast to that. Yeah, cheers. Cheers. Alright, let's see what else. Heather, did you play the new FNAF game? I did not. I watched Markiplier play it, and I went through all the theory and analysis videos already, so I know everything about the game, basically. But let's get to the part we're all here for. Crochet. Because this is Chaos and Crochet. We're changing it up a little today. We're going to one of my original patterns, a rainbow monkey doll. I got an order on my Etsy shop for a purple rainbow monkey doll. So I'll have to switch this out for an eye hook. Yeah, this was an F hook. I need an I hook. Oh, I just saw one come back. Yes, there's an I hook. Gotta find the right thing to go on here. Perfect. Okay, Did you like the episode with Fluttershy and the Phoenix? Yeah, I remember thinking it was okay. Miss Mara says, I have a feeling that the FNAF story ain't getting an end anytime soon. Never. It'll go on forever until Matt Pat dies. And then his descendants will have to carry on his work. Put this down a little. Heather, let's get to what we were all here for. Pulls out knife the kitty. Oh well. She's taking a nap on the table in the kitchen, so let's give her some space. You can all look at my fish. That box of light over there. There he is. You can see how big he is. He was not doing well earlier this week. He had some red scales. We're thinking it's chemical burns or something, so I've been switching out his water a bit. See if he gets better. But yeah, he's doing all right now. We're thinking about getting him a bigger tank. But that's something. And you have Chicken Kitty right here. Chicken Kitty is here for you. All right. Back to business. Alright. I've been doing this one for a bit, so it's not incredibly difficult for me. So we'll get it started. Yep, here we go. Single crochet 5. So I'm going to start drawing again on my new drawing tablet. That's cool. I'm still using my iPad. Oh! Look who decided to show their face.
Indeed.
Hey honey, I found this toy in my box and I'm wondering if Knife might like it.
Oh, geez, probably not. You almost hit Spoon with that.
He liked it.
Alright, sorry I'm late. What have I missed?
Nothing much. I was talking about what I got for Christmas and how most of it was kitchen themed.
Yeah, you did ask for a lot of kitchen stuff this year.
To be fair, we need a lot of it. I like having a crock pot.
Yeah, so we got to get around to using that. Also, don't mind me as I just mess with your camera.
It's fine. I'm sure you're doing what's best. You're the photographer or whatever.
I try to be.
My wine got all flat. You want to taste it? Because you like stuff that's flat for some reason.
Maybe, I guess.
It's pineapple flavor. You like that.
No, I don't like that. Alright, so yeah, you just been talking about your presents?
Yeah, so far. What was it? I got all that crockpot, the food processor, Tupperware, a rolling pin, 2 charcuterie boards. I've got lots of candy.
Yeah, we did get a lot. Did you tell them the story about the rolling pin?
It was funny. So we went to Bronny's aunt's house to see his Nona and all that. And I walk in, and the first thing I see is just this huge rack they have filled with just over dozens of rolling pins. I look at it and I'm like, oh my god, you got so many rolling pins. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I need to get me one of these. When I was rolling out my pie crust, I used a can of beans. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I used a can of beans, but I think it came out all right. And then I swear, we go up and we have a little tea party with Brownie's Nona. That was nice. That was good. We had some snacks. She made these cracker things that I gotta figure out. And then we go downstairs for a while and she gives us presents. She gives something to Bronny and then she gives me a present. I'm like, oh, you had a present ready for me? And I unwrap it and it's a rolling pin. And I'm like, what? Because I hadn't put together that she probably just took one of her own and gave it to me. I was just like, you had a present for me and you already knew I needed a rolling pin before I got here? And she's like,
I didn't even know she needed a rolling pin, much less to...
I kept telling you I needed a rolling pin.
And it slipped my mind among everything else.
But yeah, now I have a cool-ass wooden rolling pin.
Where'd you put that, by the way? I haven't seen it since we got back.
Oh, I put it somewhere. Where the fuck did I put it? I think I put it next to the stove, actually. If you look there, I think it's there.
Might be. I haven't been paying very good attention to things lately. I've been exhausted since we got back and haven't had a whole lot of time to even rest.
Yeah, I'm excited for the next holiday season because the food processor is supposed to make my pie dough and my pumpkin pureeing process so much easier. At least
Yeah,
it's
and you
supposed
got a lot of recipes in all of your cooking books that, include the phrase, now get your food processor.
to. Yeah, the My Little Pony cookbook I think has it too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm excited to get bacon. Bacon would also be nice.
Yeah. You're gonna put bacon in the food processor?
You could.
I suppose.
Bacon. I said I was gonna get baking, but I said bacon.
Well, I brought your root beer in case you wanted one.
I'll probably get into it soon. I wanted to finish off this wine because it's flat, so I want to get it out of the way.
So what are you making here?
We're making that Rainbow Monkey Commission.
Ah, okay.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Have you been paying attention to the chat? Do you know where you left off?
We're not too far off. We just started into our little convo. Last thing I addressed was the drawing tablet. Charles B says, "Do we do anything good for the New Year's?" Yeah, we had your little family party.
Yeah. So how'd you like that?
A lot of singing. It was great. I had to analyze the lyrics of Hallelujah, and I'm just like, what the hell is this song about?
Yeah, that's a tough song, and the most common interpretation of it I've heard is consoling a rape victim.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll look it up again at some point when I care. Solar Moon Eclipse says there's the urine sound of a fishtail again.
The urine sound? Is that what you guys think it is? You think he's probably is peeing in there. But it's the sound of the filter. Don't worry, we should be getting like a quieter setup soon. I was talking a little bit about what's going on with Spoon.
Yeah.
It looks like someone has something addressed with you. Hey, Bronny, I've been rewatching your crossover Bug to the Faces. Currently, I'm on Flutter Butter with Donut.
That was an alright one.
Hey, Tasha. Tasha's in the screen. Question for Princess Heather P. Blossom and Bronny. If you were in the world of Attack on Titan, would you rather be a Titan shifter or a Scout regiment that kills Titans? I'd be a Scout regiment because I think Titans look gross.
I think I need to know more about what's going on because I've only watched one season of that show and they're on like season 4 or 5 now.
Yeah, but the Titans are the big things and the guys that kill them are the ones with like those backpacks and they go. So, I would rather be one of them because the Titans look gross. They look like a human with no skin on. It's gross. I don't like it.
I think you're way more likely to die.
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing. You're totally gonna die.
Like everybody dies in that series, just brutally too. Like nobody lives a long life.
Yeah, but that's how it's done.
Especially if you're like in the outer rings. I don't know. I've seen a couple of lore videos on it, but I haven't really watched the show or read the series.
Charles says, Bronny, get anything good for Christmas? What did you get for Christmas, Bronny?
I got a sound bar for my computer, which I haven't installed yet, and I got to get around to doing that. Hey, Heather, when I get back from work tomorrow, do you want to help me just unpack and organize my office?
Yeah, sure, honey.
That'd be nice if we could do that together.
For Bronny, how did you tell your family how you met Heather if they asked? I kept telling the story because he always told it wrong.
We remember it differently.
Yeah, I did all the.
We have similar bullet points, but like we remember it differently. Anyway, I got some lacrosse gloves, which I don't play lacrosse, but they're good from keeping my hands from getting broken by these things. So, like, I wear the gloves, and she hits me, and even that little flick kind of hurts, right? But when I'm wearing these gloves, you can hit me as hard as you possibly can, and I barely even feel it. So, hopefully we'll get back into some lightsaber fencing here soon. And I've been doing some, like, tape studies of lightsaber fencing matches and seeing how it works. And basically, I have to go back to, like, Olympic saber fencing style and try to get out of, like, kendo and HEMA type of... Because the physics of these lightsabers just work so differently that it completely changes how you're supposed to use them.
Okay. Heather and Bronny, do you know who Technoblade is? No, I don't. Anyone? No, that's not a question. See the West Side Story movie? No, I didn't even know that was legitimately coming out.
Yeah, that Steven Spielberg remade it, and here's what he did. Because apparently it's racist to have subtitles, he didn't have subtitles for the and he had all the Puerto Rican characters speaking Spanish. So speaking Spanish, no subtitles, and then his movie gets panned because most of the people, not everybody speaks Spanish. And then he's like, "Oh, people pan my movie because they're racist." I don't understand the dude. Like, he used to be really intelligent.
Who cares, man? Charles B., would you prefer living in Ponyville, Canterlot, or Manhattan? You probably would pick Ponyville. Like, that's, like, really all of it. Like, Canterlot and Manhattan are really cities that are all really confined.
Yeah.
And Ponyville is just a rural town where things are very spaced
I
out.
don't like big cities, so there goes Manhattan. Canterlot's the capital, so that's where half of the attacks are going to happen.
And Equestria gets attacked a lot.
And Ponyville are where the main characters live, so that's going to get attacked a lot too. I wouldn't pick any of them. I want to be in one of the towns that nobody knows about.
Which we don't know the names of, so we couldn't.
Yeah.
Let's see. Honeydrop says the Dream SMP fandom is insane. I don't know what you're talking about.
What did she say?
The Dream SMP fandom is insane.
I think that's a Minecraft YouTuber.
Oh. Well, I don't know anything about that.
Aaron Davis says hi.
Yo. Solar, I'm only really addressing comments that are questions. I thought your comment was generally to inform the rest of the audience.
Dang, Heather, why is your boyfriend so ugly?
You're not ugly.
I don't know. I got I don't have enough of this going on. It's really bugging me. This is why I don't come on camera.
You got a lot of hang-ups. Would you two do well in Yak-Yakistan or Griffinstone?
Absolutely not.
Well, yeah, one of them you need to fly around.
I would get killed in Yak-Yakistan, and I would try... Well, no, I'd get killed in Griffinstone, too.
No, they would mug you in Griffinstone.
Yeah, they would, and I don't think I, as a pony, would be able to defend myself very well against a griffin. They are bigger. They are stronger.
Yak's freaking too.
They are comprised of 2 apex predators and have all the weapons. And I am a pony. Solar says I look like Vsauce, and I'm...
You're getting that a lot.
Am I?
Yeah, you've
This is the first time I've gotten that. I've seen that comment.
No, you've seen it. Yeah, you got that comment a lot.
I don't like that.
There's nothing wrong with Vsauce.
He's ugly.
He's not ugly.
He's an ugly nerd. Hey Vsauce, Michael here.
So I guess technically we're Vsauce, and he's Michael.
Yeah, it's weird. And yeah, I don't think I'd handle Yak-Yakistan too much either, because that is just a culture based on violence.
Charles B wants to know what your cutie park is supposed to symbolize.
That is the question.
That's always the question.
Yeah. I got it while I was writing. So I thought it was writing and storytelling based, but that's not necessarily the case. Now, to go any further than that would be to spoil my own series.
Yeah, no spoilers, guys.
Yep. How about you, Heather? What does your cutie mark mean?
It's, well, if for anyone who hasn't really looked at my cutie mark, which would be funny because it's on my thumbnails usually now. It's an open book with a pink flower in it. It can be a rose, it can be whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you've decided. It can mean a lot. I'm still
Well, shoot, you're supposed to know the meaning of it.
No! It's a metaphor on your butt! You're supposed to spend your whole life thinking that. What do you think?
I don't know. I think your backstory is contrived and inconsistent.
What do you mean it's contrived? It was simple. To the point. I didn't even need to illustrate it because it was just so easy to explain.
So let's go a little bit further back then. You don't have a whole lot of detail on your childhood, which is typically when folks get a cutie mark.
Mm-hmm.
Solar Moon says I look like Walter White from Breaking Bad, and I actually don't think I do.
Yeah, he has a different beard.
He's got a goatee, and his face is a lot thinner than mine.
Yeah, he's very gaunt.
And he also wears really thick framed glasses.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston has a very square head, and mine is more round.
Someone asked who is Vsauce. It's a YouTuber and a YouTube channel. Just look it up. They've got what is it, like informational
Yeah,
stuff?
like educational videos.
Yeah, which wouldn't kill you to watch. Bronny, Burning Donut says, I just walk in and Bronny's all, he's an ugly nerd.
Yeah, Donut, you ugly nerd. What are you doing in here?
Aaron Davis is like, Subtitles, racist, the left is truly losing their mind. Everyone is. Literally everyone.
Yeah, but that's a special kind of losing your mind, don't you think? Like, would you have ever in your life guessed that Subtitles were racist?
No.
I guess I'm just not supposed to...
People who are speaking English, I like to have subtitles for.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I just do. I like captions.
Like, I'm guessing we weren't supposed to watch Pan's Labyrinth either. Like, that was a good movie, though.
Pan's Labyrinth? I didn't get to watch it. It's on Netflix, so I can watch it.
And I have a DVD of it somewhere. Probably up north, actually.
Yeah, we gotta watch it. Anyways, Charles B. asks, are your OCs dating as well? Not canonically yet, huh?
Not yet, but I'm trying to build up to it. But,
yeah, look forward to that.
I don't know. If there happens to be any animators listening, I need a teacher. I need a teacher and I need some help. I'm willing to pay. I don't have a lot, but I will do what I can. Just throw that out there for all 10 of you listening.
Honey Drop the Unicorn says, go woke, go broke. No true words have ever been said. It's 6 viewers. 6 people.
Hey, so if you're out there right now and you're listening, think of 2 or 3 friends that you think would enjoy this type of content and go, hey, come watch this live stream with me. And send them the link and see if we can bump these numbers up. She deserves it a lot more than I do.
I make crochet.
Yep.
Solar Moon says, when did Bronny first become a brony and when did Heather first become a Pegasus? You first.
December 2010.
I became a brony, I want to say 2012 or 20... Like, that was when the show started, right?
Yeah.
Or, I don't think...
No, the show started in 2010. September 2010.
Well, I still think it was 2012 or 2011 I got into it. It was around season 2 time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I remember my first introduction being at, like, doodles that my friend Izzy was drawing in her notebook that I really liked and I thought they were cute. And back then, you could find full-ass episodes on YouTube. So I binged season 1, and I went through season 2, and I just kept following that train. I followed the purple dragon, as it were. And it was Spike. Solar Moon Eclipse says, question, have you two seen the movie Alita Battle Angel? I've heard of it, but never seen it.
No, one of our friends really likes that movie, though. And apparently he was really into the comic as well.
Yep, I'm at 25.
Honey Drop says, I was a brony since before being a brony was a thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so she liked, previous iterations of the franchise.
Charles B says, so is next week a controller scream? Yes, it is. I've been switching off weeks.
It's a controller scream? Why are you so abusive?
Don't correct my fucking lisp, bitch. They know what I'm talking about.
Don't have a lisp. Also, don't beat me up on air. I might have to do things.
Don't you freaking touch my thigh like that. It is only to be touched seductively.
Okay.
Only seductively.
What about this?
No.
All right.
I didn't consent to that. Disgusting.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
Don't say that to me like that.
Patty cake, bakers, man.
You know you don't know how to play that game.
You're right, I don't.
I'm actually getting hot in here with my pants.
Yeah, we don't have a fan.
Oh yeah, that's right. The wiring went bad in here again.
So that doesn't just happen. I've changed the ceiling fan twice in here. So it's the same ceiling fan that's in 2 or 3 other rooms in this house. So why do they keep burning out in this room? Something's got to be wrong with the electricity. I know there's a lot wrong with the electricity, so as soon as possible here, hopefully by the end of the month, I'm going to call an electrician, which reminds me I got to talk to my coworker, who apparently is going to hook me up with a really good electrician who's also really cheap, and just get this sucker done.
Yeah.
The kitchen needs to get rewired. The laundry room needs to get rewired.
I'll give you the sprinkler side.
Okay. The patio area needs to be rewired. The porch area needs to be rewired. This room needs to be rewired. It's a mess. It is a big old fat mess. Did I tell them the story of when I shocked myself twice trying to put up lights?
You did not, but before we get too far off track, to answer the question we were previously talking about before we started fighting, I switch off weeks for anybody who doesn't know. 1 week we do crochet and the other week we do gaming. It's just the best way to balance it. This is the best time for me to stream, and next week we'll be playing a video game. I haven't decided what yet. Maybe more Halo Infinite. Just multiplayer, because the campaign doesn't have co-op yet, and I want to play that with my mans. Even if he's mean to me and I have to hit him. I want to share experiences with him. Forever.
My parents didn't know what to think about us in terms of how much we beat each other up. My father kept calling us Mr. and Mrs. Smith, if anybody's seen that movie.
I have.
That was an alright movie, actually.
Unscrew this real quick.
Solar says Brawny needs to get rewired. Oh, that's the truth as well.
Here, I can, I'll just throw it in this box. I'm going to throw it away.
Alright.
Gathering trash. Finally unpacked that box.
Angel wants to know, Heather, what are you looking forward to? What movies are you looking forward to this year?
It's that movie I was telling you about, the Black Phone movie.
Black Phone?
And I never got to see Antlers from last year.
We
gotta look that up. I want to see Antlers. I like horror movies, and the Black Phone movie looks really cool.
Looks like a suspense thriller.
Yeah, suspense thriller more than it is horror, but like horror is intermingled in there.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be a really cool movie. We should probably see if our friends are interested. I mean, it's a little different. I want to see it. I think it'd be really cool. I'm sure there's other movies coming out this year because I don't keep up on movie news, so I'm sure there's more movies coming out this year that I should look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, let me see down this room. Someone said, did you like the episode Newbie Dash?
Charles. I mean, aside from Rainbow Dash's cringe compilation there of trying to imitate all her friends, it was an alright episode.
Someone said, fight, 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 kiss, kiss, kiss. It was Charles. I don't know why I always start with someone. Honeydrop says the wiring is a ghost.
Yeah, I saw that. Trent wants to know how we're doing.
Everyone's doing great. Trent. What are your thoughts on the Marvel What If series? I only got to watch like an episode of that with your brother during Thanksgiving.
Looked really stupid.
It looks like it would be fun for some episodes, but it looks like they do something different. I can't keep up with Marvel anymore. They have too much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it anymore.
A lot of people are getting Marvel burnout.
Yeah, it's like, I've had enough. Stop making so much stuff. Can you, like, make one thing at a time that I can follow along with?
According to a lot of people, they stopped being good, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So those are really good macaroons. You got a bit on your chin there, Heather.
I know. Sure. It's white chocolate.
All right.
Yeah.
Charles says if Brownie's OC ever turns evil, here's the thing, I am evil. Make absolutely no mistake about that. Does he even say, do I have to choke a Philly? I've said that before.
Said it to me. Yeah, macaroons better be good for how much they cost.
Yeah, they were $2.50 each for those little things.
Yeah, like, and some places have it like, oh, buy 3 for this many, and that's what I was expecting. But they're like, you could buy like a dozen or a half dozen. I'm like, that's not, I don't want that many.
Mm-hmm.
I was already dropping a lot on the Boba Teas we got.
That's why I don't take you around that side of town, because you just cannot resist the Boba Tea. I got your Boba Tea yesterday. No, I got
That
your
was
cheese tea.
cheese tea. That's different. That's why I thought it was okay. Because if I had gotten Boba Tea once already that week, I would have been like, yeah, I should have another Boba Tea. But I didn't. I had cheese tea. That's different.
Mm. Suppose it is.
It sure as hell is.
Explain a macaroon to Charles for us.
It's like a sandwich cookie, but like the sandwich parts are like this weird material. It's like soft but firm at the same time. Like I don't think I could make one. I don't even understand how to make one. And then they have cream on the inside.
Yeah, that was a heck of a lot better than those ones we got at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, those ones at 7-Eleven have been in the fridge and they're solid and stuff. The ones, I thought they, like, maybe they make them there. Who knows?
No, they got a 7-Eleven, like, factory.
No, I mean, like, the ones we just got.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they make those there.
Yeah, it was really good. That's a good combo. Macaroons and Boba Tea.
Honeydrop says the director of the Eternals movie said, I want to end the MCU. I want to kill it with this movie. Well, shoot, I didn't know anything about that. Why did he want to do that?
He's had enough of this shit.
It's probably going to end up being some really stupid reason. Like, yeah, I haven't... The only person I've ever heard say anything good about the Eternals movie was my younger brother, but he's not exactly hard to please. Doesn't really have the best taste. He just likes... I don't know. He's got really simple tastes in ways I'm jealous of his ability to just enjoy things and not overanalyze them.
I'm that way, too, most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this was okay. And I'll even say, like, movies that weren't particularly amazing. I'll be like, that was still pretty good. Maybe I'd watch it again. And then there's movies that, like, are terrible in, like, every other aspect except for one. I'm like, I love this aspect and now fuck everything else.
Yeah, I don't have the ability to do that.
Like a lot of G.I. Joe. Love that shit.
Mm-hmm. Charles wants to know if the MCU could do a good Howard the Duck.
Dude, I don't know enough about Howard the Duck.
I don't know anything about Howard the Duck. Here's the thing. In filmmaking, we have a phrase. The phrase goes, you can turn a good script into a bad movie. You cannot turn a bad script into a good movie. That is Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck is the bad script.
He seems to have a following.
I've never met a Howard the Duck fan.
But why does he keep getting brought up?
I don't know.
Someone gives a crap.
I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy was the up until a certain point the most obscure Marvel thing that they made a movie on, and even that, you know, had somewhat of a following. It was a small one, but still a following.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to go back to when we were just following movies. Now there's like TV shows and shit.
Yeah, and they all intertwine with each other, and you got to watch everything in order for anything to make sense, and that's not how you tell a story. You pick a medium, you stick with that medium, and then if you branch off, it's supplemental. Or just straight up non-canon. So that if people choose to skip it, or if it sucks, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like, when it started with, like, superhero TV shows, I was like, oh, cool. And when they did, like, a little bit of a crossover, it was like, oh, cool. Like, I was into Arrow and The Flash for a bit. But then, like, those shows had stuff, like, had season closers that, like, turned me off. So, and then a while after that, they started doing all the shit where there was just too many shows. I think the last superhero TV show I really enjoyed was Daredevil for a bit. And I tried to get into the other two shows that, like, were supposed to, like, go with it, like the Iron Fist shit and the Luke Cage shit and that Jessica Jones shit. That was too many shows. There's too much shit.
Yeah, and then they did that thing again where they start weaving them all together.
Yeah, and it's cool, like, if it was just two shows and sometimes they go like this, that'd be cool. But that was, like, 4 fucking shows. 4 fucking shows. And let me be honest, Daredevil was pretty awesome. Like, fucking
it looked
Fist
good, and
was
I wanted
amazing.
to watch it, and I haven't gotten a chance to.
We can watch it together. I think it's still on Netflix, but yeah, it was great. I love Daredevil.
Is it still going to be on Netflix and not ported over to Disney Plus?
No, is Daredevil Marvel?
Yeah.
I think. Either way, I have both.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked low budget but good. Oh, another one I wanted to watch was Punisher.
That show, yeah, Punisher first got introduced in Daredevil, so there's another show.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many shows.
But it looked like they were doing a really good job with this Punisher, and he, just being as crazy as he is.
Yeah.
There was one clip I saw that I thought was kind of funny. It was, I don't know what was going on, but Punisher was fighting a bunch of gang members, as he does, and he's trying to protect this girl, and Punisher sort of gets cornered, and the girl that he's protecting grabs somebody's gun and shoots the guy that's got Frank Castle cornered, and she starts freaking out because she just shot a guy, and she goes, "Oh my God, I killed him!" And Frank goes, "No, look at me! You didn't kill him! Look at me! Pop! I killed him!"
Okay.
Double tapped him.
Thanks, Frank.
Yeah, double tapped him in the head while he was down. I thought that was funny.
I'm about to do that to somebody someday. Hopefully not with actually killing somebody.
Charles wants to know if we thought Friendship is Magic could have had another season. I think we could have gotten another few seasons out of that.
Yeah, probably. Learning to rule the country and balance all our other shit.
Yeah. Aaron Davis says he's feeling old now.
Yeah, I feel old a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How old were the two of you when the MCU started with the first Iron Man? I don't know. I think middle school or high school?
I don't like to date myself.
I don't know. I do remember, like, Iron Man was my first movie where I was just like, whoa, superhero stuff can be cool. Because I was never really into it up until that point.
Yeah.
And then I just went down the rabbit hole and superhero stuff was cool.
So I was a little bit late coming on. I got caught up in looking at exercise equipment for the dojo. And when I'm trying to find a bench that doesn't have a rack, but does have curlers, because I think you and Brian like to use the leg curlers, so I don't want to get rid of that. But I was a little bit late because I lost track of time while looking up that stuff. And I wasn't really sure if I wanted to come on tonight, to be honest, because I'm feeling pretty big right now. Guys, I gained 15 pounds over that Christmas vacation, and I'm really upset with myself.
I only gained 4, thank God. And I'm working it off. Working it off. It was probably worse before, but I weighed myself Friday morning after I had like a few days of working out and eating lighter.
Yeah, so there was probably a pound or two of difference in there.
Yeah, and I'll do the same next week, and I'll have an extra day, because Monday I didn't exercise. We were still coming home.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure next week will be even better.
Yep. So, I pigged out a little bit yesterday, trying to get... throughout this week when we got back, I've been eating more than I should have because I've been trying to get rid of food that would otherwise go bad. I told our friends, if you're going to come over, feel free to come over, use the weights, do whatever you want. Eat my food so it doesn't go bad. And I cooked up all the food that was going to go bad in the house before we left. I said, eat this. Nobody ate anything. So then I had to eat all of it.
I ate some of the chicken. Can you unscrew the rest for me? It's hurting my fingies.
And, but yeah, let's tell more vacation stories. So what did you do when we got up there? We got up there on the 23rd.
23rd, in the night. So I think we mostly just rested that night, right? Because we'd just gotten there.
Yeah, we got there, we pulled in 9 o'clock, I think. Right at 9 o'clock at night. And we drove up, and we hit some snow as we were driving up, and that wasn't fun.
We were talking to my mom through some of that, and she was like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my RAV4 does not handle the snow as well as my Trailblazer did.
I would imagine it wouldn't. It's not like we have snow tires or something.
Yeah, can't really get those down here unless you special order them. But you know something, I should learn how to change a tire and maybe get some tools that make it easy.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't already.
And then just have some snow tires ready to go for when I make that trip.
That's the ideal scenario, but in general, I'm surprised you don't have stuff to change tires with.
I do have a jack in my car, but it's definitely an emergency jack. It would be good if I had to, change. If I had to call AAA for a spare tire and change it there, but at that point, AAA is just going to change it for me.
Yeah. I don't know. The guy who had me from AAA, I don't think he had a jack, but he asked me if I didn't have a spare tire anyway, but he was like, you have a jack, I can do this. And I'm like, I don't have a jack, dude. Who the fuck has a jack?
Yeah.
Who has jack? I don't got jack.
It's not that I don't know how to change a tire, Donut. It's that I don't have the tools to really change one effectively.
You might want to invest in that just in case.
Yeah. Well, that's why I kept that socket set in my car. But the socket set got super rusty, so I gotta polish my socket set and put it back together, and then take care of that.
Charles B., would it be too obvious if Bronny's fencing nickname was Bronny? It probably would be.
Fencing nickname? What do I need a fencing nickname for?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that a thing? Charles B. said, is that a cutie mark on Bronny's shirt? It is. It's Shining Armors. You recognize it? Yeah, he put it on that shirt himself. Like a big boy.
I tried to iron it on twice and that didn't work. I tried gluing it and that didn't work, so I just
Burning Donut says back in the day the car came with the tools you needed. It did?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I feel so gypped.
Yeah, it also would come with a spare tire now.
Mine didn't.
Yeah. My Trailblazer came with a spare tire, but because it spent so much time up north, the spare tire rusted so bad that it fused with the undercarriage. So the part that would hold the spare tire, they literally had to break it off in order to make a repair at some point. And at that point, I wasn't able to figure out how to get the spare tire back on.
Yeah, speaking of which, have you gotten your undercarriage of your car cleaned?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I took it in on Thursday during my break, and I spent $13 and got them to clean the undercarriage for me.
All right, great. Yeah, I thought about my car looks dirty. I should get it washed again. I'm like, oh wait, I forgot to remind Bronny he needs to get that washed. Man, Spoon is super active right now. I think he knows we're in the room.
Of course he does. We're pretty easy to see.
Yeah.
He's also got a lot more room to swim around now.
Yeah, I guess the ornaments just aren't good if he doesn't have enough space.
Yep.
He's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think those red spots on him are already lessening a little bit. Now, did he always have that red spot on his back?
No, that's the one that showed up.
Okay.
You're talking about the one closer to the tail, right?
Yeah.
Because the one on his head has always been there. Yeah, and that's not even red. That's slightly, darker orange.
Yeah.
But,
it's right at the base of his dorsal fin.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, that's one of the weird scales that came up. And in case anyone doesn't know, I explained it earlier in the stream, but like Friday morning, like, because I see Spoon every day, and when we came back from vacation, of course I had left a food tablet in there for him in his tank so he'd have food to eat while we were off on vacation. But when we came back, the water was cloudier and there's a little bit of algae buildup. I'm like, ah, shit, I have to clean his tank this weekend. But Friday morning, I came in to feed him, and he had red scales, a little bit on his side, and a big one, like, on his back. So I looked it up, and I thought he had red pest disease that says, like, there's bad bacteria in the water, and that's probably what happened. I called up a fish store place, a smaller-owned business in our community, that very day, and I was just like, hey, I came home and his scales were like this, I think he has this, and I need these things like this, and they go like, wait, hold up a minute. What I want you to do is do a water change for him. Like, that's the first thing you should do, and get a sample of the water, take some pictures of his scales, and bring it to us at the store. Let's take a look at it and help you diagnose what the real problem is. And I did. I brought a sample of the water the next day, which was today. It was today, actually, wasn't it? Yep. I brought a small sample of water, and I took pictures of them, like, I think it's this, and, like, here it is. And they're like, okay, have you introduced new fish? And all these other questions. They're like, okay. They test the water, like, it's heavy in nitrate. What is on his side is chemical burns rather than a disease. So I'm like, oh, okay. And it looks like since we're changing out the water and getting that level of nitrate down, it might be what he's saying. We can't narrow it out yet. But, honestly, a water change might help either of those problems.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see how it goes. And honestly, he needs a bigger tank. And I was talking to them about the filter I use, and they're like, you really got to get, like, a filter that's more based in biological stuff to make sure the good bacteria is still in there. So, there we go. So, he seems to be doing a lot better. And I'm going to get him as soon as we get him a new tank, I'm going to get him more ornaments, stuff he can actually swim through and interact with, because the rest of the stuff is kind of just obstacles in his water.
And what do you think? Do you think we want to get him a tank mate too?
Maybe eventually we're going to have to find a fish that's his size, because he'll eat the other smaller ones, and a bigger one might eat him.
Yeah.
And I would super be unhappy with that. He's been here the longest, even if he ate that one guy. Sorry, Straw.
We should go to that fish store. I mean, they had plenty of big fish over there, but that is something that makes me nervous is talking to the guy we talked to tonight. And so we were talking to this guy tonight, and we're like, yeah, how big do we need to get this tank? And he goes, oh, in a year he's going to outgrow a 30-gallon tank, and goldfish get up to 18 inches long.
You know what? We should talk to the other guy we were talking to at Fishy Business.
Yeah.
And, like, see, like, do you think this would be a problem? And he'll probably be like, yeah or nah.
Yeah, so, I mean, if we got him in a 10-gallon. We're thinking about putting him in a 30-gallon. And then he's just going to get as big as whatever we put him in. And apparently goldfish, they don't stop growing. So even if they stop growing externally, they keep growing internally.
Yeah, that's stunt. I knew about that.
Yeah, so if that's a thing, then what do you do? Because
eventually I'm going to have to release him into the ocean.
No, that'll kill him instantly.
Or a lake or something. I'm kidding.
Yes.
I wouldn't let him go in the ocean. He'd kill everyone.
So I'm sitting here thinking, do I have to build a koi pond somewhere? And then how are we going to maintain that?
And then he outgrows the pond.
I don't think that'd happen.
A hawk comes in and eats him.
Yeah, something like that's more likely.
A gator comes in and is like, I'm going to eat that giant-ass fish. He eats the gator.
The return of Corn Chip.
Oh, Corn Chip. I remember him.
Yeah, Corn Chip would eat him. So,
I think he might be a little big for Corn Chip to eat.
No, Corn Chip would eat him. It might take more than one bite, but it would happen. Yeah, it's kind of scary to look into the future and not know that. You know, how big is this fish going to get? Because that's really the only spot that we have for this tank, and it can't get much bigger than that. A 55-gallon tank isn't even going to fit in that area. What do you think, Heather?
I think we could potentially make space in the living room somewhere. I have to think about it a little bit, but I think
the best spot would be where the shoe rack is.
most likely we'd have to be like, well, where would we put the shoe rack now? But I think a 55-gallon tank in our house will find a space, some crap.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like if it's true that he will just keep getting bigger and bigger, where the fuck we put in a koi pond?
Well, that space out on the patio by the pool, that's where one of the previous owners was trying to build the koi pond.
You have to go out there every morning to visit his ass. Mm-hmm. What am I going to start feeding him? When pellets no longer satisfy him.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to feed him human flesh.
And, what about the chimney? The fireplace?
You want to put a tank there?
That doesn't even need a stand. It's just brick.
You want to put it, like, in the chimney?
No, like...
On the mantle?
Yeah.
The mantle's too narrow.
No, it's not.
Nah, it totally is, dude.
Honeydrop wants to know how Knife is doing.
Oh, she's taking a nap on a table or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she likes the table. She likes being near the window. She's not even looking at it. She just kind of faces her back to it because she wants the world to know, like, she doesn't give a shit about it. Be soon to rage of the whole world.
She probably likes the feeling of the sun on her back.
It's not. Well, yeah. I don't know. Particularly right now, there's not going to be any of that.
During the moments, it is.
She likes it up there. That's why that tablecloth is covered in her hair. That's the serving table, man.
Let me look back on the chat a little bit here because I think we missed some stuff.
We already the cutie mark question I already addressed. Roll back down.
Did you talk about who took care of Knife?
Oh, did they ask?
Honeydrop did.
When did she ask? I don't see.
Right there.
Oh, our two friends took care of Knife. We had someone checking in on her in the morning and one at night. It was really a lot to ask, and I was happy that our friends were willing to oblige.
Yeah, we gotta figure out something to do for them in return. Donut says he needs to start working out.
Donut, join his Patreon or pay him a couple bucks. He'll help you.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine charging Donut. I don't think I've ever known Donut to not be tight on money.
Oh, and Donut's a friend. Donut's cool. Donut, just draw him like my OC with some big old titties and thick thighs, and that'll be payment.
Weirdo.
He can just a sketch.
I gotta do something nice for Donut. Donut stood up for me a lot on Twitter this week.
Oh, let's not even bring in that.
Face the mob.
The thing with the cat sitters, though, is they, like, the chat knows Knife is diabetic. And so at this point, she had to have 2 units of insulin in the morning and 1 at night. And so that's why we had to have, like, 2 separate people. Well, none of them have, like, full day availability. So, like, Faith would come in the morning, and our other friend, Chris, would come in at night and do that. But on top of that, Faith had to do a little more because we took her to the vet before we left because I noticed that she hadn't pooped in, like, a day. And Bronny was like, oh, shoot, like, if she doesn't poop in another day, we probably got to take her to the vet.
It was like 2 days by the time we noticed, and then a whole 3rd day had passed.
Yeah, and she didn't poop. So we had to take her to the vet. So she also had a constipation problem, and they suggested mineral oil. So I had to pick her up mineral oil on the day we were leaving. Had to go to Dollar General, pick her up some mineral oil to put in her food, so she would poop a little more. She's pooping better now, guys. Don't worry about my cat's poop. She's pooping better.
We were like an hour late getting on the road.
Yeah, it was a big mess. A lot happened, but yeah, and on top of that, the doctor, while she was at the vet, were like, I noticed she's weird with her ears because she does the little leg kicky thing when you do it. I'm like, yeah, dude, she's always been like that. Vets have looked at it, flushed out her ears. We've done drops before. It's just how her ears are. I think it's like a nerve thing. He goes like, well, okay, I'm giving you these ear drops anyway. Use them. And I'm like,
he didn't charge you for those. He didn't even want them, did he?
I'll have to recheck the receipt. I mean, as it is, they had to run a whole bunch of tests, so it's just, it's a drop in the bucket, so I didn't care. And I'm like, if you think it'll help, whatever. We did it. Her ears are the same. It's just the way her ears are.
Always has been.
I don't think there's anything wrong with them.
Trent is saying he dropped 3 pounds over Christmas, which is astounding.
Wow. Did you work out or something? Or did you go low calorie?
Especially with that last name, Girone. Sounds awful Italian. And hanging out with Italians was my problem.
Oh my god, we ate so much food. Bronny made his goulash.
I made goulash. My father loved it, which is always good.
He made udon. Love udon. Udon is great. I think I have some ramen in the cabinets, don't we?
I have not seen ramen, but I also...
Really? I could have sworn I bought some. Maybe someone ate it. But I could have
if they ate the ramen instead of eating the food in the refrigerator, I'm going to be a little upset about that.
Maybe someone took it home. Who cares?
Maybe, I don't know.
I can always get ramen from work, and I think it's cheap.
Yep.
Let's see. Has Heather's car ever broke down while she was driving it? I had that flat tire last year. Like I went into my car to go to work in Tucson, and I drove out, and I'm like, something's wrong. My car is weird. I pulled over. I saw my back tire was flat, and had to call. That was the only time I've called AAA.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be the only time where my car has had a problem. I bumped into a guy with my car. Not like the guy, his truck. Not the guy. I did not kill somebody. Allegedly. Anyway, when I was leaving the vet, actually the day we were leaving for the Christmas trip, I was leaving the vet with knife and I was distracted. And you know that part in Negretzko where she thinks she's in drive, but she's actually reversed and she hits the gas? I did that and backed into a guy's truck who was in, like, the mechanic that was right next to the vet. And I was just like, shit. But he had a huge-ass truck. So I bumped into this guy, and he got, like, a teeny scratch on his bumper. My trunk is dented. It's not terrible. It's not bad. I can open my trunk just fine. It's a noticeable dent, though. And that, basically nothing happened to his car. He came out, like, they told him, like, hey, someone hit your truck. He came out, he looked at it, he looked at me, and he goes, like, it's fine, and he left. He goes, like, yeah, you're the one that got messed up, man. That's not even my problem. And I'm like, yeah, thank you, Merry Christmas, we're all done. So, I just gotta get that fixed. Whatever, that's my own fault. That's gonna happen. Shit like that's gonna happen to you eventually. At least if you're me. But yeah, that's the only time stuff's happened to my car.
So we drove the night of the 22nd for like 8 hours and got most of the way through North Carolina before I was, Heather and I actually, she was driving when I said, hey, we should pull over. So we pull off in Wilson, North Carolina, and we pull into this, I think it was a Days Inn. And we pull up to it, and it's like 2:25 in the morning on the 23rd. And this, I'm assuming the cashier or the attendant, whatever, young-looking guy with a big redneck beard and a big redneck camouflage jacket, standing outside with a cigarette, and he sees us walking up, and he goes, "We stopped taking people at 2:30." And I'm looking at I don't have a watch anymore, but. I'm like, it's like 2:25, maybe 2:26 or 2:27 now. Can you help us out? And he goes, sorry, man. And he's got a cigarette and everything. I'm like, can you point us in a direction to someone that might still be open? And he goes, nah, don't know nothing. Can't help you.
It wasn't that dramatic, but yeah, he kind of just was like, yeah, there's nothing. And I'm like, okay. And we saw, like, I had to Google one up, but we did find one. Took us $55.
Which is about what we would have paid anyway.
Yeah. Trent goes, I blame right to repair violations for the lack of free tools with your car. Is that it?
Here's the thing. Right to repair was not on the books, and that's why it's such a big fight now, is because, people just started realizing that they can make more money after the sale by making it harder for you to fix it. And then they stopped including things like repair manuals and parts lists, and some repair manuals or owner's manuals were like this thick, and they would tell you how to change spark plugs, how to replace belts, how to do all these repairs on your car. But no, they realized that they can make more money by making you come back or making it difficult for you to repair.
They did the same thing with my fish filters.
And they're and then that over the years that creeped and got worse, and they're making it now so that it's like you can't you can't even go to a mechanic to get these repairs. You have to bring it to the dealership. So they're easing their way back into making it a monopoly on this thing that you own, and also making it so that you don't even own it after you buy it. So, you know, let's say you buy it and then you drive somewhere they don't want you to drive. Well, now they can repossess your car. Like, they're trying to get...
How the fuck are they going to do that? Unless you, like, lease the car, which is why I don't like leasing.
Toyota is literally charging a subscription fee.
Oh, my God. They're making everything subscription. Did you hear about the taco shit?
No, I didn't.
Taco Bell is having a $10 subscription service so you can get a taco every day. And you can pick from the soft taco, the potato taco, regular taco, and Dorito taco.
Well, that's just retarded, but...
I know. Who eats a taco every day?
And
the freaking potato taco is on the value menu.
Fat, retarded people. So, but no, here, imagine not being able to open and drive your car without giving Toyota another $80 a year.
No, that's stupid. No,
yeah, but they're putting that in their cars now. They've been making it they're making it so the key fobs later than 2018, so 2019 forward, you have to pay a subscription fee for those things to even work. So you don't give them $80, you can't unlock your car. They just shut off your key fob. So because laws like that were not on the books, now we're having a big fight about it. Apple's been doing that. Basically anything to do with computers has been doing that type of thing for a long time, just making it more and more difficult for you to repair or do anything to it without giving somebody or them $1 million.
Yeah, Honey Drop was asking about Knife. How is Knife doing, I guess, after everything? And she's doing fine. Like I said, her poopy business is doing a lot better since we've been giving her mineral oil. Mm-hmm. She's got a new batch of insulin. Honey, I think you passed my stuff I wanted to address.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't scroll too much. But yeah, she's doing great. She looks very lively. I gave her a little brushing today. She's meowing and whining at us. We're looking into more options for her cat food. But other than that, she's fine.
Yeah, we got to figure that cat food thing out.
I pay like $42 every 2 weeks for that shit.
Yeah, which
by the way, I got to pay you back for what you got me this week.
Don't worry about it too much. I care more about getting Christmas paid off and paying off those water line repairs I did in December than I care about $42 of food. But yeah, it comes out to like $86 a month on that food, and it's yeah.
That's like
hopefully there's a cheaper solution without hurting Knife.
Yeah. Aaron Davis says, I've been thinking about going into art animation and taking Amazon Steam donations as a payment so that doesn't mess with my income and taxes. Yeah, you could do that. If you already know stuff about art and animation, you could take any form of payment that you want. Charles B. was asking, is AAA the auto version of 911? Kind of. It is more like an insurance company, but I have that along with regular insurance because AAA is better known for roadside assistance stuff.
Yeah.
So I have that. I have both. I forget. I don't know what part Aaron Davis is talking about. He's like, you should have told him. I missed the part where that's my problem. I forget what part that's addressing.
Probably when I was talking to that guy outside the Days Inn.
Oh, okay. Charles B says, do you have a painting from Mr. Donut in your house right now? We do! I actually bought one from Burning Donut's Etsy shop. It's that one right there, honey, the rabbit. The BMX rabbit on the bike. Yep. Yeah, that's Donut's work right there. It doesn't look great. I love it. I've got a frame for it and I hang it up. I'm sure Donut's seen it before. I mean, he wrote it, he drew it, but like he saw that I framed it and I
believe that thing is on that drawing is on his DeviantArt as well.
Yes, but yeah, this was something he like physically drew. You can see it. It's really nice detail. It's really great. So yeah, make sure to look at Burning Donut stuff. He makes some good furry boobs.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. That sounds good. Aaron Davis was like, I don't eat tacos, but a subscription service for food sounds interesting. What do you mean you don't eat tacos? Like, you don't like them?
You'll pay way more with any kind of subscription service than you will budgeting out and going to a grocery store and just learning some really basic cooking and food prep skills. And also, any kind of fast food is just super unhealthy for you more than twice a month.
Trent says, wasn't there some guy on YouTube who exposed Taco Bell for trying to resell expired food? Do you know about that?
I don't know about that, but I'm not surprised in the least bit.
I used to work for Taco Bell for a period of time, like as a cashier, obviously. And let me tell you, like, the way they prepare food makes it look way less appetizing. Like, I still eat Taco Bell from time to time, but let me tell you how they even get their shit. Everything comes in a bag. Like, of course, we have a line where you have to assemble each taco, each burrito, but whatever. Like, you get your meat, you get your cheese, you get your chicken, all that comes in a plastic bag. They cook it by, putting that plastic bag in boiling water. And that's how they cook your meats and your food, because
the round meal, boil in bag, open and enjoy.
I want to try the round meal.
I don't think the round meal exists anymore.
It has to!
Have you ever seen it in person?
We're finding the round... Someone find the round meal and post the link in chat.
If you find the round meal, it is going to be so incredibly expired.
I hope so.
It's not even going to look like food anymore. And just smelling it...
It didn't look like food to begin with.
Smelling it would kill you.
I hope I die, then. That's how I wanted it. That's how I want it to end. But yeah, like, they prepare your food by boiling it in water, and then they have it on a line where they assemble it together. And like, their beans, the beans don't even look like beans when they get to. I've opened up a plastic bag of their refried beans, and it looks like dog kibble. And what they do is mix that with hot water, and that's what you're eating.
Yep, Taco Bell's easily the worst of the fast food.
It is total trash. Well, I don't know, Jack in the Box sells stuff. They're kind of blatant with the fact that their shit's trash and that stoners eat it.
If you're going to bother with fast food tacos, go to Chipotle. It's worth the extra $2.
I haven't had tacos at Chipotle. I mostly just get huge-ass burritos.
Well, I don't even think they have tacos at Chipotle. They just do giant burritos.
Yeah, they do burritos and burrito bowls.
You know something, though? I don't like
chips.
Tacos.
You don't like tacos?
I don't like tacos. I don't like having to turn my head to the... You see what that did? Did you hear that?
Cracked your neck.
I don't have...
I like
doing
tacos.
That in order to eat my taco.
Don't say that. You're going to make freaking Louie appear and he's going to be really pissed off.
Let him come.
Square up, Louie.
Square up, like me. I'm ready for you.
Oh yeah, it was someone named Camelot331 that's talking about Taco Bell. It's trying to resell expired food. Hey, that's what Dollar Tree tries to do too. But at least they're honest about it.
Did anybody in the audience hear my neck crack when I turned my head to the side?
I hope my microphone picked it up, and it might have been drowned out by the filter.
Might have, I don't know. But yeah, I don't like tacos. And then you bite them, and because they're not closed, they just explode everywhere.
No, they don't explode it. You're being dramatic.
I've never had a good experience eating tacos. Like, they taste
fair,
good, but
burritos,
it's just not worth the effort.
To be fair, burritos are kind of like that, but you have to, like, wrap them a particular way so they're not, and it's hard to wrap them like that.
I don't think it's that hard to wrap them.
It's not hard, but then, like, if you don't get it exactly right, I love making burritos. Mm-hmm. And I like the burritos I make because I make my sopa, have my beans, and I put my meat and my cheese and my shit, and it's great. The thing is, my burritos always leak. They're always leaking tomato sauce. And it kind of sucks because it'll be going down my arm and I'm like, shit. Yeah,
I've seen her lick the whole upside of her forearm just like a dog. Like
well, do you want me to waste it?
Napkins?
That's wasting it.
I don't think so.
It's a waste.
Gosh darn it, now I want tacos.
Yeah, Spencer! He made it. He's alive.
Yes, indeed I am.
Spencer, back me up on the objective inferiority of tacos.
Tacos are good, bro.
I'm going to require more context.
I've made you potato tacos. They don't explode everywhere. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
I haven't made potato tacos in a while. I might have lost my touch. We should make potato tacos.
Okay.
We had potatoes.
No, I fried up all the potatoes.
Oh, you did? I forgot. Well, if we get potatoes again, I'll make some.
How are you doing, Spencer?
It's my comfort food.
I am doing pretty good.
Oh, it looks like I'm safe from Louis for a little bit because he's working on his computer.
And Donut was like, I don't know if it was his neck or the chair. It was definitely his neck.
So Spencer, how was your Christmas and New Year's?
It was very nice.
Yeah, did you get anything?
Yes, but I am trying to remember specifically what.
I was
It
like
wasn't
that
a
for
very
Christmas.
big gifts from family members type thing, since my mother moved to North Carolina at the beginning of this year and I wasn't able to go see her. She just gave me some money to buy stuff for myself, so I'm trying to remember stuff other people gave me.
Not bad.
That's how you do sometimes.
I got the soundbar, the lacrosse gloves. Heather gave me a really nice Avatar The Last Airbender sweater.
Oh yeah, you should have worn that.
She also gave me some pants, some
Shit, I
workout
gotta
pants.
start the process on that.
I
They don't
washed
fit
them
good.
today, so they don't fit like they should. So we're gonna exchange them for the next size up to accommodate for my obesity. And yeah, so she got me a couple of gifts. My parents or somebody got me another 3-pack of undershirts, which was really nice. And my sister got me a shirt. No, so she got me some more cargo pants, which I've been needing. And my brother-in-law got me a shirt that says I can freeze time. What's your superpower? And then the O on the superpower is the aperture of a camera.
Yeah, it's photography fun. I showed them the headset your sister gave me. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, look at how gay and pink this thing is.
I'm gonna put horns on it. Everyone goes with kitty ears. I'm gonna put fucking horns.
So when you see her on Chaos and Controllers next week, this is what she's gonna look like.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Bald head and beard and glasses and everything.
all included, all inclusive. My beard might be Sharpie or lipstick, depending on what I have.
Yep, you want the
Oh, I
Shining Armor shirt too?
I look good in your clothes. I think that's a
Where
good.
did this hanger for the headphones come from?
It came with the PC. I mean, the PC shell.
Oh, okay.
So I've had that. I actually have my other headsets hung over here. I have my Bluetooth.
I see
one
him
my
now.
mom gave me.
Hey,
and some
that's
earbuds.
clever.
Yeah, I thought about that. I was talking to Emerald, and I think Aaron Davis the other day, and I was just like, God, because I had them all stacked on my PC, and I'm like, I need a better place to put these, and I was just like, place, hooks, whoosh. I put them all there.
So, Spencer, did you do anything fun for Christmas or New Year's?
So, Christmas Eve, I went to my grandfather's. Christmas Day, I went to my aunt's. And I currently still have one Christmas pending because my dad got COVID on like the 23rd.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez, like half my family got COVID. Like, I'm talking...
Yeah, actually, someone in my house just got COVID, so that's going to be real interesting this upcoming week.
That's fun. Like, it was like, my older brother, both my sisters, they all got COVID. I was like, my God, what are you people doing? Y'all swapping spit?
It's hard to avoid. It's a flu. Everyone's gonna get it. I'm surprised I haven't gotten it. Or I probably have and just never knew. Because that would be me.
You probably got it after you came back from Everfree.
I don't know, I didn't...
The only reason it would surprise me if I got it and didn't know is because I basically don't go anywhere. So yeah, so we got into town at my parents' place on the late the 23rd, and then we just kind of rested. And then the 24th, what did we do, Heather? I made the goulash that night, and we went to church. Was that all we did that day?
God, I am totally blank. We probably hung out with Bowser a lot of the day.
We did, because we did have some snow at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, so I like to go out and throw snowballs and have Bowser catch them.
Yeah, so Bowser is my family's pit bull, and he likes to play in the snow.
I love that boy. He's a good dog.
Yep. He also, tell him about how he plays and you can never, he just likes to keep away from you.
You basically just summed it up, but yeah, you'll get a stick and he wants it because you has it and he has it, then you get a different stick and you're having it and he goes like, wait, I want that one. Now if there's two of you and you both have a stick that he wants, he kind of has to make a decision.
And he is spectacularly bad at making those decisions.
Yeah, and then he'll just, like, take the stick away and just start chewing on it and be like, Bowser, bring it back! And he's just like, no. We found, like, a few things, like a half-eaten toy that he had and, like, something that was like a blue bone.
Yeah.
Just throwing that around with him. He had a good time. I think he likes it when we visit.
Mm-hmm. We went for hikes.
We went for a few hikes. That one in the middle of the night was something. I really got
That was New Year's.
Oh, yeah. I gotta invest in better boots. Ugg boots are not ideal for that.
No, not for the sticks out where my family is.
I told you.
The marshlands out there.
Yeah. Got a little wet in the foot, but I'm fine. Oh, we went to the mall at some point and I got this cool new pajama shirt. Well, I guess it's a nightgown, but I wore pants with it.
We got a few things at that mall. What else did we get at that mall? Because we went there. I mean, we did Christmas, and then we did my father's Christmas, and then we did my mother's Christmas, and then the next day we went shopping a whole lot, including the mall.
We had a nice little tea party with your Nona.
Yeah, so that was.
She has her like own little apartment up there. It kind of reminded me of my grandpa's trailer. I know that sounds trashy, doesn't it? But like the interior of his trailer kind of felt like that, like some wood panel, little carpets, tiny little kitchen area. It felt like my grandpa's place.
So yeah, we can get to that.
You're freaking Nona on the accordion at some point.
The days are all just bleeding together for you, aren't they?
Yeah, dude, it was a fever dream, that whole freaking thing.
Yeah, so how about church? Did you like church?
Church was church. There was nothing really I'm not really interested in church.
You didn't like any of the music?
I can't remember any of it for sure.
Oh,
sorry.
geez.
I'm sure it sounded nice, but
We dressed up.
yeah, I wore my Christmas dress. If anyone saw on Twitter,
I was actually looking really good, and that's very rare for me.
I had my Christmas dress that had cats on the skirt with like little Christmas hats on it. It was great. It's a shame my petticoat didn't come in, so like it would make the bottom have more volume. But I guess it's not necessary. But yeah, like I ordered one from Amazon and it never came. Like it was supposed to come like a few days before we were gonna leave. Like I got one actually. I ordered one for first. I ordered it weeks ahead because I wanted it in time. It didn't fit. It was too big. I had to order a size down. So I returned that. Ordered another one, and it was supposed to come a few days before we left, and it never did. And we came home, and it still wasn't here. And it got to the Castle Perry delivery center, and the fucking Amazon delivery center, and it's just fucking said it got lost or something. I'm like, how did you
That means they put fake tracking on it so that they could
get paid? Because I got refunded. Because fuck that.
Yeah, people run that scam all the time. It's happened to me multiple times.
Well, then how come the first time I got one?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, so that didn't work out. I think I'll go maybe to a physical store and try sizes on. I have to find a store that actually sells them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something else. I don't know.
Yeah, so then how was Christmas for us? So we woke up. I had to wake you up.
I didn't want to wake up.
Yeah. Well, you'll sleep till like noon if I let you, so nobody wants to wait that long.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we all went to sleep. We had a good-ass breakfast. I had a lot of mimosas when your family friends came over. I opened all my presents, and I got all my kitchen stuff. I got the charcuterie board I've been wanting.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever comes to visit, I hope you like salami. That sounded like a very sexual threat. It's not, but it is.
Alrighty then. Let me see here. So then the next day was Christmas for my father's side of the family.
My God,
And we went to a party there.
Can I talk about the freaking big ass lake?
Yeah, go for it. I mean, Lake Ontario, everybody knows it's there.
Yeah, like freaking we go up driving up this street and I see it and I'm like, when did we get to the ocean? I can't see the other side of this body of water. That means it's gotta be the ocean. Because what the hell is this? And his house is right on it. And like, I was like, oh my God. And like a kid was like, yeah, that's Lake Ontario. It's one of the biggest lakes in the world. I'm like, no way, that's the ocean. Like, what? And like, they think I'm serious, but I'm like, nah, that's the ocean. It's too big. That's an ocean now. And they're like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. That's an ocean to me. You can't convince me otherwise, kid.
Yep.
Some kid. I don't know. I didn't know the kid's name. But yeah.
It was one of my younger second cousins there. Maybe even a third cousin. I don't know. I'm not very close to my cousins on my father's side of the family.
But yeah, it was just insane. And Brian took a few pictures around there. I don't know if you've uploaded them.
No, I haven't done anything with those pictures yet.
Yeah. So it's just super massive. I wanted to walk along it more, but it was actually just way too cold.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't deal. Like, my nose was freezing off.
That lake effect wind will do something to you.
I don't know how all them little kids were running the hell around.
And little kids are warm, and they were bundled up, too.
Yeah.
Also, they were running, you know.
It was crazy. What did I wear? What was my outfit?
You were like leggings and your blue jacket and a scarf.
Was I wearing what was my shirt?
I actually don't remember. But yeah, how'd you like that party though?
Hold on.
What?
I heard something. Get rocking again? Okay, it's your chair.
Okay, so yeah, how'd you like that party though?
Oh, it was great. There was a lot of food. I posted pictures of it. Really great food. I like that chili your family made. They had this fruit. I've never seen it. Like, they had like custard in a little dipping pot in the middle. And like bananas and strawberries all around it. It was great. And they had the little freaking cocktail weenies wrapped in a croissant or something.
Pigs in a blanket.
Pigs in a blanket. Hell yeah. I had tons of more mimosas. Mimosa was a good theme going throughout all these parties. Tell them to keep it up. I like that shit.
I drank a mimosa by accident and I didn't like it.
It's just champagne mixed with the OJ, honestly. So there's not much to go there. I feel like one of your uncles was judging me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I forget which one. I know him by face, but I can't remember his name.
We're not going to say names. Anyway.
Well, yeah. So even if I could, which you wouldn't, I couldn't remember. I'd have to, like, look at a picture, and I'd be like, yeah, that's the one.
How about this? Describe it.
Freaking dude, I can't. Old man.
Tall
He was sitting with us. They're all taller than me.
Tall and skinny?
Tall and skinny. They're all tall and skinny.
Oh, they're not.
Well, yes, tall and skinny.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, like, I had, like, a mimosa or two. He's like, yeah, drink. And I'm like, yeah. But I feel like every time I was gonna, like, get up to go get another drink, he was looking at me, and I'm just like, don't you fucking judge me.
And then, yeah, how'd you like, hello, Battleship Agincourt, how are you doing? How'd you like, in my aunt's house? The
one that gave me the rolling pin?
Yeah.
It was nice and cozy, that house, and we had that little tea party with your Nona.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
I did not think I was gonna like those Mandarin chocolate things.
No, those are apricots.
Apricot chocolate things.
Apricots dipped in chocolate. So, that's the house that my mother and all of her siblings grew up in. And imagine my Nona's section of that house, imagine the whole house looking like that. That's what it looked for, like, when I was growing up, right? It's an old house, and it was interior designed of the style. Then, my uncle, one of her sons, bought it like a few years ago, and they completely remodeled the downstairs, and then Nona lives upstairs, but the upstairs hasn't been touched, so it looks like that.
I love the upstairs bathroom. It's
it was
all
pink. It was pink.
Pink tiles, pink bathtub. We were having our little tea party. I'm like, where's the bathroom? I have to use it. And they're like, oh, it's right over there down the hall. And I go in, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is the best. I go in, and I'm like, guys, you have a great bathroom. And like, the Nona's like, yeah, isn't it? The aunt wants to have it redone, but why do that? It looks great. And I'm like, I know. Don't do anything to that bathroom.
Yeah, you got along great with Nona.
Oh, yeah, it was nice.
Nona's really easy to get along with, though. So you got to screw up bad and not get along with Nona.
Yeah, she's pretty agreeable. I hope she liked the mittens I made her.
Yep. And then we ate more food. Because that was definitely something we needed to do.
What did she do to those crackers? She, like, dipped them in like brown sugar or something?
I think and soda. She called them soda crackers.
That is so interesting.
Yep. Battleship wants to know our opinion on Don't Look Up.
What is that? Is that an episode of ponies or what?
I think it's a movie.
It is a movie. I have not yet seen the Carpool Critics, I guess They're Just Movies review of it yet, so
I don't know
about it at all.
I don't know about this movie either. Sorry.
So then the
Yeah, I don't
next
keep up with movies anymore.
then the next day, Heather, I took you shopping a bunch of places.
We went to that one karate store that you always talked about.
Yep, we went to the martial arts supply store that I always go to and hung out there for like an hour because I've been going there since I was like 13 years old, and the owner of that shop always takes really good care of me and helps me out. So I bought 2 bow staves because I'm really picky about my bow staves, so that's the only place I'm going to buy them from. And she had good ones in stock, so I'm like, cool, I'll take this red oak. And I also bought one made out of white oak, which is lighter, but I've also heard that white oak can be stronger even though it's lighter. I don't know, I'll have to test it. But if that white oak ends up being good, then yeah, I'll buy more of those. Even though I actually like it when both staves are heavier, though. You get a better workout out of it.
But if I had to use it practically, as in whooping the shit out of someone.
Well, even then you want it to be just a little bit heavier because then it'll hit harder.
But I don't want it to break over their head.
No, it won't. Like if you feel the 2 of them that I bought in your hands, you can tell the red oak is way heavier. So Battleship Agincourt makes you
make him watch the movie. I'd have to see if even I like it first.
Black walnut bow staff. I'll have to look into that. But here's the thing: I'm not gonna buy any more wooden weapons online because they arrive and they're never good. If I can't feel it and appraise it in my hand and decide that it's good, I'm not gonna buy it. And the reason I go there still is because, to that store in particular, is because there's no other store like it anywhere near me. So I have to, anytime I resupply, I have to wait until I go back up to New York so I can go to this one store. And then I took you to the sword store.
To the sword. Well, technically, like it was a sword store, but it was mostly selling knives.
They also sell knives and self-defense stuff and airsoft and yeah.
Yeah, like it's funny. At both these stores, I strictly bought gifts for other people. Like oddly enough, at the martial arts store, they had stuff for like your zodiac sign or your Chinese New Year thing. And I bought like a necklace and a birthday card for my sister, whose birthday was earlier this month. I got her like a card that was for the year of the tiger because that's the year she was born in, and her sign is Capricorn, so I bought her that. And then at the knife store, I won't give it away on stream because it's for someone who actually watches the stream sometimes.
All right, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah, I bought them stuff at this knife store that I think they're going to think is really cool. I bought them another gift today too, which I should probably stop, but when I see something I know I want someone to have it, I like getting it and giving it to them.
Yep. And then right next, so here's the story behind that store. Is it has its own building now. The knife store has its own building now, which was
technically
new to me.
they share with like that cigarette store next door.
Yeah, but that wasn't always the case though, right? That the next store we went into is where it used to be, and they sort of like moved next door into their own building. That was new to me. I didn't expect that to be the case. But then we went into like the antique store that was next door to it, where it used to be, and browsed that for like an hour and a half. And do you remember that store?
Yeah, it was the thrift store. It was filled with like, oh my god, so much nostalgia. Like stuff you didn't remember watching was suddenly you saw action figures for it everywhere. Like, what was some stuff you saw that like struck you?
A lot of the like decorations that they were selling, like old mugs, old chandeliers, lamps, really fancy tea sets, like straight up silver tea sets for like $50. I don't think this guy knew what he had.
He had a lot of stuff. He had a lot of comic books. I saw stuff for like, oh god, like old Star Wars stuff. He had a Halo 3 Jackal figure. Like the plastic on the casing was all really yellow, so you wouldn't even want to keep that. Take that out and take the Jackal out. If I gave a crap more about Jackals, I might have bought it. But you know, I actually, if I were to get a Jackal figure, it would be of the Skirmisher brand of jackals.
That's the type of guy that would find like a Halo 3 Arbiter and just put it up there for like $10 and not know what he had, and not know that it's worth like 100.
Yeah, freaking Arbiter figures are very expensive.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Charles B is asking what my combat nickname is, and I'm like, I don't know. I didn't
is a
realize that was a
combat
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that a thing that people do?
He's like, have I seen Napoleon Dynamite? Yes. Napoleon mentions a bow staff. Yeah, he mentions it. He's like, I don't have any skills, like bow staff skills, nunchuck skills. I don't have any skills. It's because he's all complaining about how he it wouldn't appear attracted to this one girl. Hey, but I don't know. Everybody else knows that girls don't find that kind of thing attractive, even if you are good at it. Yeah. Oh, and then we went to the mall after all that. What else did we get at that mall, Heather? Because you got these pajamas.
We got a whole bunch of stuff from that Annie's Candy.
Yeah, we went back
They have the best peanut butter chocolate.
We also got some caramels.
Because, like, you know, we went there the last time we went up to see Bronny's family, which was 2 years ago. And, like, after I had their peanut butter chocolate thing, I had a Reese's peanut butter cup after, and I was just like, wow, this just isn't as good. It is extra salty and shit. So I even told, like, Bronny and Sweetie, like, guys, this Reese's isn't as good as I remember after I had that other candy. And they're like, of course it's not. It's shit. Small business candy kicks ass. And I had some more of it this year, and I had it side by side. I'm like, yes, the freaking Annie's peanut butter cups are delicious and creamier and sweeter, and they're better. And then Reese's is just Reese's. And we ate it all!
Yep.
We ate it all.
Heather, have you ever seen me beardless?
Almost this time.
Yeah, so I ran into a bad set of clippers right before I left. I tried to give myself a haircut. And the guide, so she accidentally broke my last set of clippers.
Yes, and I feel incredibly bad. They were in the cabinet above the toilet, and of course I was getting something out of the toilet, and they fell in the toilet, and I felt bad.
Yep. So, I've been using those clippers for a long time. So I went and I got myself a new trimmer, right? I shouldn't call them clippers. They're trimmers. Clippers are something else. And I tried to use it, and it did such a horrible job. Like, it was patchy. Like, it was coming off too short in, like, this spot. But then it wouldn't even, like, get this spot at all. So it was just all messed up, and I'm like, heck. So I had no choice but to take the guide off and just completely shave my head. So, and I hate that, by the way. Everybody's like, oh, shave your head. You'll look, it'll look better. I don't think it does. I always thought that would look horrible, and now I've tried it, and now I know it looks horrible.
I thought your head looked fine. It was weird that your beard was so thin. I'd never seen it like that before.
Yeah, and then I tried to do the same thing with my beard.
I noticed that your beard gives your chin better definition.
Yes, it does. So that was another thing, was I had to trim my beard too, because it was out. Like, it was, I hadn't trimmed it in 2 months at that point. And I almost never do that. My beard was so big, it was like adding to my face. Like, my face looked bigger for this beard. So I having learned my lesson from the guide that I would normally use, not working on these clippers, on this trimmer, I changed it out for the biggest one that they had, and that sucker still took 90% of my beard off. So I was like, frick. I was mad. I was like, I got no hair on my head. My whole head feels cold. My face feels cold because I don't have a beard now. You can pretty much see what I look like without a beard. It looks like I freaking drew a beard on with a pencil. And then my head just felt like sandpaper. Edits, when did you get here and why didn't you say hi?
I got in literally like 2 minutes ago.
Wow, that's a long time.
Sorry?
That's a long time.
Yeah, I've had a Christmas.
Only here for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, just about 30 seconds.
What kind of Christmas did you have, Coon?
Well, first of all, I got kind of ill on Christmas, so I just chilled with my family on Christmas and went to bed. And then it's weird, come New Year's, I got even worse or ill, so I couldn't work for the past week. And my family was joking at first, oh, you got Omicron. And I was like, nah, it shouldn't be Omicron. And then it became, maybe I do have Omicron. So I went to the doctors, to get that test. Thankfully, it's negative. I don't have COVID. Hooray. And now I'm here in North Carolina.
You're in North Carolina? What you doing over there?
Meeting a friend and checking out the area before I really, make a dive for it,
Oh, I'm glad to see you're going forward with that. It means you're only going to be a few states above us?
Above us, yeah. We'd be about an 8 to 10 hour drive, depending on where in North Carolina he is.
That's like going to San Francisco. Easy.
Yeah, just if
and
you
Kuhn
want.
loves to drive, so you could come visit us sometimes.
And if that doesn't work out, we'll consider opening the mother-in-law suite here for you if you want it.
Maybe that would be good. It'll open up options for me to check out other parts of the country. I've had a revelation.
Tell me.
I enjoy traveling.
Do you?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, because it's funny. I remember going on a trip with a couple of my buddies to go check out Yellowstone, then go back to California after picking up a friend from Tacoma. I'm just like, I really enjoy that stuff. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, hey, by the way, if you're wondering, yeah, I'm still recovering from that cold. It was a pretty harsh cold. The doctor told me it was like a rhinovirus variant or whatever, which is basically just a saying of, you just got a bad case of the cold. But, yeah, basically, I feel like traveling and seeing what states I would enjoy, like stay in a state for a year or so, and if I don't like it, head to another state. Try not to go back to California. You know what I mean?
That's a good one. That's an option.
It'll only take 49 years.
Maybe, depending on how I take it.
Well, it depends if there's some states you'd rather avoid, like Alaska. What the hell are you going to do in Alaska?
Get paid to be in Alaska.
Don't go to New York.
I've already been there. Literally, you know how I told you guys how the layover flight's going to be in New York?
Yeah.
It was funny. I make it into, we're traveling into New York, and we make it there. They tell us on the intercom, oh, hey, we're going to have a pretty choppy landing. And I look out the window going, oh, yeah, that's a lot of clouds. We go into the clouds for, a nice solid 15, 20 minutes. And I'm like, are we even out of the clouds yet? And I look at how far from the floor we are, and I'm like, we're below 1,000 feet. Where's the ground? Right? And then as we go, I'm like, we're getting pretty close to the ground. Where's the ground? And then the moment we land on the tarmac, I'm like, oh, there's the ground. We have a freaking blizzard. Shit. Yeah, when we were heading into New York, there was a blizzard, which explains why my flight got delayed in New York. Man, that was miserable.
It's hard to take off and land with snow like that.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess it was funny because they said, oh, you're supposed to leave at 12:20, but because of snow, we were stuck on the ground till I think 1:30ish.
I want to address something in the chat real quick. Juanita says, hey, Heather. And I'm like, what's up, Juanita? Juan-Tron. What's up? Glad to see you in the chat. And Charles B says, I had COVID on Christmas. That sucks, dude. That sucks, my dude. Half my family had COVID around Christmas time, which really sucks.
Crazy. It's funny because actually, you know what made me really think maybe it is COVID? When I went to check out the graphs, I'm like, oh shit, the world just had its biggest spike. It doubled just in this past few weeks. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should get checked just in case.
I don't trust the accuracy of those tests at all. At all.
I'm with you. But it's always good to check.
I believe most of the positives we got are false positives, and I believe a good chunk of the negatives we got were false negatives.
Of course. There's truth in that.
Juanita, I'm glad you liked your gift.
There's a bunch of false positives. Sorry, go ahead.
I was telling, Juanita was in the chat saying thanks for the gift, your gift coming a little late. She's talking about the Christmas gift I got her, which was an awesome pair of socks I got from that awesome sock store in Nashville. Thanks, Juanita. Hope you loved your gift and hope you wear them soon. Send me a picture of your feet in them. Send feet pics.
Whoa. I didn't know this is that kind of stream.
For free. I'm not paying for your feet pics. Post them on Insta.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, though. I may have jumped the gun when it came to, that graft is a big deal. But I'm with you guys. It's like, yeah, honestly, I feel like it's just to scare us. Case in point.
The doctor
You
who
know?
discovered Omicron has said it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Nothing's gonna happen. And now everybody's making a big deal out of it.
My family made a big deal about it. That's one of the reasons why.
Juanita says, Heather into feet pics. Yeah, if it's your feet in the socks that I got you. I sent a lot of people socks this year because of that store, and I want to see all your feet in those socks.
I didn't get any socks. What are you talking about? What?
You're getting your stuff later.
You hear that, guys? She's gonna sock you one.
Sock you two, actually, because they come in pairs.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. What?
Heather, did you send me anything?
I don't have your information, bro.
Oh,
Okay,
snaps.
I was gonna get
Heather.
you something
When
like
you said
digital.
everyone's like, wait, my mom might be getting a package for me, and that's a bit of a challenge.
Nah, I don't have your information, so I didn't send you something physically. I was hoping to send you something digitally. I haven't been able to talk to you. But we'll discuss that later.
Hey Heather,
Yes.
if they read a book, while wearing your presents, that would make them Socrates.
You're reaching.
Perhaps. Juanita says she's going to New York City tomorrow. Don't do that. Bad idea.
Kind of crazy up there.
Ronnie, she's been planning this trip with her friends, and it's gonna be cool. They're gonna have a great time.
All right, you just
Be safe. Carry a knife.
carry a gun.
Carry a gun.
Carry a gun, and if anybody
If they
gets
allow
it, I don't give a frick if they allow it. Okay, last I checked, it says shall not.
Well, don't worry. I'll send her my AR. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
People will stay away.
No refunds, so gotta. I'm contractually obligated to go to NYC. Boo-hoo.
Do not go anywhere that's not a main street. Do not go anywhere by yourself or with don't even go anywhere with a group less than 4.
Pretty sure it's larger than that. But yeah, don't go anywhere by yourself. You're too pretty. They'll want you in that trafficking ring.
Yeah, don't go anywhere that's not a main street. Don't go anywhere in less than a group of 4. Don't drink the water. Don't talk to anybody. Do not talk to anybody.
Ever.
Also, don't talk to anybody. And do everything you can to avoid the subway.
Yeah, she goes, we're staying in Manhattan.
Manhattan?
Manhattan.
That's an interesting place to be. I heard it's pretty hectic, especially during winter times.
You know, ever since being in the Brony fandom, I keep, that's the first thing that's gonna pop out instead of the actual names. It's like, oh, are you going to Manhattan rather than Manhattan? It's like, everything except Las Pegasus.
I've said Baltimore in real life before, and that was
I did that shit too! When I was planning to go, another time, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to Baltimore. It's my sister. She's like, you're going where? And I'm like, Baltimore. That's what I said.
I said Baltimore. No, you misheard me.
It's your fault. There's another one I used to... Oh, yeah, I keep... I tried it... Because I know Canterlot is based on Camelot. But, I can't say Camelot. I gotta say Canterlot first.
It is a conscious, conceited effort to say the word Camelot.
Yeah, I keep saying Canterlot. You know, the one who pointed out that reference to me was my brother-in-law. I'm like, yeah, that's the main city of Pony. Equestria is Canterlot. And he goes oh, like Camelot. I'm like, I guess it is. I think that's one of the more clever ones.
Yep.
I didn't think about that one initially.
She says, Juanita says, my next trip will be to visit you if COVID isn't too bad. Listen, we're in Florida. COVID barely even exists down here. Nobody gives a frick. Come to Florida.
It's funny, because Florida, I think they've always been the state that didn't care. And look where they are, they're fine.
Yeah, their percentages are low. There's still people who wear masks. It depends on where you go, because Disney World and that kind of place, they're going to require it. So if you want to go anywhere there, they're going to be like, yeah, masks and all that other stuff. Actually, is Disney World closed again?
Nope.
Okay, it's Disneyland. Or is it Tokyo Disney too? But yeah. It depends on where you go. They're being really lax because the numbers are just very low. And
During this whole thing, since 2020, I've been asked to put on a mask exactly once.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
I found it
I've been-
kind of funny. Like, I feel like I'm weird for, like, carrying around a mask just in case.
It's funny because I've been in California for a long time. If you're like in the area I live, they don't care. But when you're in LA, there's many times where there's people telling me to properly put on my mask. Hearing the whole concept of put on your mask is a whole different, like, that to me is like, I never got that. I've
You
only
know,
got
I
put
think
it over
it's
the
just
nose.
gonna be common
over
for
the
the more high traffic areas, and I guess maybe for good reason. There's just more people and
It's
more
LA.
funk going on.
It's more
It's
common
LA.
with
That's why.
it's more common with Democrat-run cities.
Exactly, Los Angeles. Los
I mean,
Angeles is
I don't like being partisan, Heather. It's just a fact.
yeah, it's kind of become politicized, the mask
It's
thing.
been
you know?
politicized since day one, and that's what pisses me off so much. I was
Yeah.
telling Heather the other day, listen, the more I think about how it was handled and how it got politicized, the angrier I get.
Try not to think about it, honey. This is supposed to be happy stream.
Right.
We're supposed to talk about happy stuff. The reason we even got on it
More-
because we were talking to my friend about how she should come visit us.
Yeah.
And she won't want to come visit us if we aren't cool, happy people.
Now, I'll say this, though. Florida supposedly has the lowest numbers, but I think we have the lowest testing. And, of course, the more testing you do, the more you're going to find, regardless of whether or not those tests are accurate. But that's all I have to say about that.
But generally, I feel like people, well, except for these two examples of this week that happened, people are staying home when they're sick and taking care of themselves better. That's one thing I would hope COVID did for the world, is that people are more conscious of when they're sick and stay home and get better before they go out and get other people a cold or a flu or anything else.
There's a lot more people now that definitely understand we need to have a serious conversation about how workers should be treated when they're sick. Because even now, and even at the height of when, like, people were supposedly dying left and right, employers don't give a frick, which, like, that...
Oh, yeah, that's been a problem.
And
especially
Always
still
been a
today.
problem.
And I get caught in this weird position because I don't think you should tell, like, I don't think it should be regulated into law how you treat your employees. However,
Like, it feels like you have to get people to treat you decently.
yeah, at a certain point you do, and history has certainly shown. So I don't know exactly, like, the solution on that, and I think about it all the time, and I try to figure it out.
You know what I think, just one little thing, is that, like, why do I have to accrue sick time? Like, okay, maybe not, like, if I start off the bat
Weird
and start taking
concept.
sick days, that's something, but, like, if I'm, like, where I'm at right now, 6 months in the job, and I get sick right now, it kind of sucks shit that, like, I have a cold and I want to stay home, but, I'm not going to get paid for that day. I
Yeah.
feel like, why can't I just have that? It
used
feels
to
kind of
be-
shitty to be, like,
It used to be normal to have all of that.
to just
it-
start
sick
with
leave
it.
and all that.
It used to be exactly like before right before our generation. Our generation, it ended right before our generation started working. That is, it used to be normal that minimum wage was livable, that your company and the company that you work for took care of you, and for whatever reason, I'm sure it's a combination of complex reasons that all amount to people being greedy. They just started taking that away. So, yeah, it used to be you didn't have to worry about getting sick. Insurance used to work the way it was supposed to. Everything used to work the way it's supposed to, and it doesn't anymore because people are greedy now. So, I think...
I have a pretty good theory on what happened.
Yeah, sure, go ahead, tell me.
Women were allowed to enter the workforce. Overnight, you doubled the workforce, which means you halved the cost of it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
like,
It's kind of a
this
weird
isn't even
point, but it's a
gender.
good point.
I would be
This isn't
interested
even
in
gender. If
seeing...
it happened the other way around, if it happened on racial lines, if it happened on geographical lines, the point is, you doubled the workforce. Whichever way it happened, it doubled. Which means now there's not as much pressure to hire people, because there's more people willing to take the job.
I don't know about the word doubled, because there's a lot of nuance
Yeah,
to
there's
that.
there's certainly a little bit. You roughly doubled it.
I don't think doubled is the right word. I think maybe
Don't know about.
I think maybe 15 to 25% at increase at most right away, and then over time, yeah, it became more normal for women to have jobs. But
Guys, Also, it's the last 10 minutes of the stream.
Yes.
Good conversation. I haven't even noticed the time pass by.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot.
But
It's
yeah,
been great.
last 10 minutes of the stream. Any last minute comments, questions, or concerns, please say them now. If ever hold your silence in like stream. I want to address a few things. Juanita says that Rex is almost 9. For those of you who don't know, she's talking about Indominus Rex. Based off the movie, I had a cat for a while. I named her that because I found her when I was living with my sister and her kids, and I thought it'd be a cool name, and I wanted to call her Rex. And but we moved to a different place after that, and my sister didn't want to have the cat in her house and in the new house, and we were going to move out to an apartment anyway, where it would have been like way too much to pay to have a cat in your apartment.
That's why you never tell them if you have a pet. Never.
You cannot hide cats. They smell.
That's interesting because
You cannot hide cats. But yeah, I gave it to Juanita to take care of, and she's had her for a while, and she says Rex is almost 9 now. So yeah, I'm glad I gave her to Juanita, and I think she bonded more with Juanita, and they've been through a lot together, and I'm glad I gave her to Juanita. I have my own little cat now, Knife, and she needs me. She's a sick one. I think she's old. She's definitely older than Rex. I thought I saw her tail, but it's just yarn. But yeah, Juanita's awesome. She took care of that cat. She took good care of her.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Davis says the best point of history was the Industrial Revolution. Ever since the jobs were stolen, America's been going downhill. Wasn't the Industrial Revolution where a lot of freaking unethical shit was happening?
Oh,
though?
yeah,
Like,
it was
yes,
hard.
we were industrious and it was great, but like there was no labor laws and there was just like a lot of dangerous shit
Fingers in our
happening, and that's probably
sausage.
why it was so profitable. Because like everything was at the expense of the worker. You paid the worker shit. You treated them like shit, and their lives were shit. And like you remember that video game I was talking to you about a while ago?
Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds, where it was like kind of based around that time period.
Yeah.
Where like you basically live in a city where everything's owned by one company. So not only do they pay you shit, they like
And that's all
upcharge
based
everything
That's
you
all
can
based
have.
on actual history and the way it was. And what's funny to me is that we've returned a lot to that. It's a little bit safer. Like workers aren't just dropping dead left and right because of the working conditions. They're
Yeah, you
dropping
ever-
dead left and right for other reasons.
What was the book
This is
that
the
went into
tech
that? Like Into the
revolution.
Jungle.
Yeah.
Into the Jungle was a big book
There's
about
a few
that.
books like that, but yeah. Well, but even then, the culture was different. When they decided that like laws got written in to make sure people couldn't do that, to do that type of thing, and then also the culture shifted that if you weren't treating your employees right, you would get the crap kicked out of you, and they still do that in
by
France.
the workers too.
They
By the
actually still
workers,
do
too.
that out. They still do that out in France. If you fire a worker for the wrong reason, or you're not paying people the way you should, or you're not giving your workers, they will literally drag you out and beat you. And I think we need more of that. That's what I was saying in the car earlier tonight. It's like we've let the power become too centralized. So yeah, we got all that going on. And
Yeah,
needs
so
to stop.
I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't call that the best point of history, the Industrial Revolution, because it was like
Definitely
a hard
people-
time still for everyone. It's hard to say when the best point of American history is, because you got to take into account that it's only going to be relative. There's always bad shit going on.
Yeah.
There's always something that's on the rise.
I do have to choose what was the best time in U.S. history was the 50s. Yes, there's a lot of bigotry, misogyny, and like racism in that time, but I've noticed people lived better lives in that time. You you get like what, $1 in wages, but yet you could somehow pay for your house, pay for your car, actually live with the money you got. A nickel for a sandwich, like
Maybe
that kind of
it
thing.
would have been a good
Can you give me a
time
specific
period
year
to
on what
live
you're
in
talking about?
for.
1955.
Maybe
Gotcha.
it would have been a good time to live in for a white man, and I hate to make it that kind of thing, but like you said, there was a lot of misogyny and racial tensions. Like, people of other races certainly didn't get that, and weren't they being paid half that? And even me as a woman wouldn't have had a good time, because it wouldn't have been very well looked
Housewife,
upon
you know,
at society. I'd have to be expected to be a housewife and pumping out kids, and if not, I was a freak. I couldn't live the life I have now. I kind of prefer, maybe it's just because I'm used to it, but I prefer to live in the time period I'm currently at because it suits me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm in the same place. I guess we all just wish it was just as easy
We
as
just-
the 50s. Just
Yeah, we
you know,
just want,
to
like,
pay.
aspects of that lifestyle.
Aaron Davis says, okay, the best part of American history was the 1920s. You mean World War I and beginning of the Great Depression? And,
Roaring
Hey,
20s?
stuck in the roaring
Yeah.
20s. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
not the
That,
best.
that was a
The
good
calm
time.
before
but,
the storm?
yeah, there's always a calm before the storm. If we
Also,
don't-
you said 55, right?
yeah, about 55, someplace around there, pretty much that decade.
$1 in 1955 would be worth 10.37 today.
Damn.
It's a big deal. Yeah, most wages here in America are like $10.
If you're
Yeah,
lucky.
I
There's
pulled-
some people
I
that make
pulled up the
less.
inflation calculator when talking to my aunt and grandma, and it blew their minds.
Yeah, my grandpa would tell me stories how he got a nickel raise one time, and I'm like, a nickel raise is nothing now.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
nickel.
ridiculous.
If
Yeah.
it's not like even a full dollar, then any raise just feels like an insult.
Yeah, I mean, even then, having a dollar raise is like, I mean, it's cool to have a dollar raise, but in some parts of the country, that means nothing.
Doesn't
It just
mean a
means,
lot.
oh, hey, I can afford an extra meal at least.
Luckily, this
So the great resignation here that's going on now, hopefully will become a good thing. I really do want a lot of these companies that are not treating their employees right to just straight go out of business. And yeah, the people that run it, there's just too many psychopaths. Like that's what I was saying earlier, even at the height of the pandemic, people running these companies didn't care. Which just says that there's too many psychopaths in places of power at all levels. So you gotta de-incentivize psychopathy, basically.
Forgive me.
Which I don't, and that's what I was saying earlier, is I don't know yet, and I think about it all the time, and I try to figure things out, where the balance between doing that by law and regulation, and doing that by just the general population choosing not to participate in the scam lies. But I think we're heading in the right direction of everybody just not working retail and not working fast food and not working all these jobs that don't pay you enough and treat you right and let you have your sick time that you as a person need. I hope they all go out of business.
yeah, and like,
You'll teach them a lesson at least. You know?
yeah, at least the people, and even people who are still in the fast food and retail things, they're starting not to wear, like, I don't mean like the physical masks, but like their metaphorical masks. They're starting to not wear them anymore. Like, I'm getting a lot of calls at my other job because sometimes I get a customer complaint call looped up to my office complaining about how workers aren't being as friendly. Like, they're not saying, oh, hello, and having sunshines coming out of their ass whenever they see someone come up. It's always about their attitude, that they didn't be overly, like, fantastic with them by just saying, like, oh, here's your chili, instead of, here, I hope you enjoy your chili, or some shit like that. I get complaints about that. These entitled fuckers are like, wow, they aren't totally, like, thrilled to serve me. Like, no, because you're a
Wait,
piece
you're-
of shit, and they're
You're
only
in
here
a-
because they have to be.
You're in a position that is going to be where you're going to be exposed to a lot of narcissists, because a narcissist would be the only type of person that cares enough to project that kind of thing onto a worker and then to call you and try to do something about it.
Yeah, like, I've said it once and I'll say it again. I am completely convinced anyone who's ever called a corporate office to complain either has never had a real problem or refuses to address any of the real problems in their life.
That's certainly most of them.
And that's certainly most of
Now,
them. It's the
I've
majority.
called a corporate office a couple of times because I had an actual problem, and then usually we were able to fix it. But I
Yeah.
call and I say, hey, this happened. I had thought that it was supposed to be like this. How do we, where did, and I always actually lead with, where did I misunderstand the transaction? And then we work from there. And typically, if you're nice to these people, they will work with you.
Yeah, and even if you don't, they'll probably throw a voucher at you just to make you leave them alone. It's the completely unreasonable ones. Like, yeah, sure, maybe I've gotten a customer or two that's just like, they messed up my order like twice and that kind of sucks. And I'm just like, yeah, here, let me take your number. Someone will give you a voucher eventually. Blah, blah, blah. That's it. Then it's like the unreasonable people. Like, there's just, their problem is bizarre and there's just no way you can help them. Like, it's the people where they call me up and they're like, hey, I have a problem. It's with this cafe in, like, a city far away or in a different state, and I'm like, I'm sorry, our office can't help you with that. That's not a cafe we own. And I've had that happen on multiple occasions. They get mad because I can't help them because
It's like once a week that happens.
yeah, it's like almost consistently that happens.
Can I chime in real quick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
It's when did we start the stream?
Oh yeah, it's 12 o'clock. The stream's over. Good morning, bitches. Oh,
Morning, Brandon.
And a happy
Let me
new
see.
year.
Hey,
hey, Brandon.
Wow, Brandon, I haven't seen you since last year.
I will kill you, Coon.
oh, you're so good, so funny,
Beautiful.
hysterical. Hey, wait, hold on. Your connection's kind of like, up.
Don't do it.
Oh no, he just dropped. His call just dropped. Oh man.
What a faggot.
Aaron says, so no wonder Red Dead Redemption's economy is trash. Yes, that is exactly why. Well, at least it would seem from his point of view.
Yeah.
So before we end the stream, can I ask everyone what their New Year's resolutions are?
Travel more.
No, we start in alphabetical order.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Brandon, you first.
That's actually a good one. I didn't even think that far ahead.
Tell them you want to destroy the patriarchy.
Do it, Brandon. Destroy the
You know what?
patriarchy.
That is a good goal. I want to destroy the patriarchy.
Destroy the patriarchy, Brandon. Only you as a man can do it.
Oh my god. Bronny, what's your...
Women cannot destroy the patriarchy.
I'm about to destroy a patriarch right now. Anyways, you want to share a resolution?
Well, I gave my actual resolution to Brandon because I'm not man enough to destroy the patriarchy.
I am glad you even considered it, honey. Amazing.
So, I want to get one of my side hustles going. Like I wanted more videos, more crafting. I want more people to join
Everyone
my
go
fitness
buy
class.
merch.
Say what?
I said everyone go buy Bronny's merch.
Buy the merch. Buy the merch. Buy me some merch.
Support him to get that goal, you know?
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Let's see who's next. I will say Emerald. You're next. No,
Alright,
no, wait.
So I actually have 5 New Year's resolutions.
I realize alphabetically that's not correct.
Then I'll
I can't count or do my ABCs. Coon, you next. Make it short so Emerald can go on.
Hey Heather, what time zone are you in?
Eastern.
Eastern.
There you go. She gets it.
Yeah, I'm in Eastern too. Anyways, my New Year's resolution is to be able to travel more, be able to see the country more, be able to, do stuff that I've always wanted to do, make more videos, and, grow that in a sense. That's what I got, keep it simple, sweet, and to the point.
All right, Emerald. Now you.
Alright, so I have 5. Be more consistent with my upload schedule, keep in touch with my family better, be more active online, declutter my stuff, and learn to touch type.
Oh man. So I didn't want to make hard resolutions because I'd feel super bad if I didn't come through on them. But I guess get to my goal weights, and I want to have more time to use my time more constructively. Like get caught up on my Patreon tiers for my kazoo covers, and I want to draw more, and I would like to pick up the guitar again.
Cool.
Yep.
Just
Oh,
nice
nice.
stuff like that.
Sweet and simple.
Sweet and simple. Draw more guitar. Fun stuff. Pick up my kazoo.
When are you gonna make my kazoo cover?
When I get through all the other ones on my Patreon, Brandon, I've gotten like 2 more people to disappoint.
Make that 3 people to disappoint, because you didn't disappoint me.
Aww. That makes me happy.
Jesus Christ. I just want my voice to be better. It's been like this for like a week straight.
Yeah,
I sound like I smoke a pack an hour, don't I?
You said like I did the first time I went to Australia.
So, you want to end the stream, Heather?
Yeah, I guess we should. We can just hang out for a minute. This was a good stream. Like, I didn't notice the time pass by. That's how you know it's good, that you were like, oh shit, it's over? Fuck! So, join us next week for
Apologies
Chaos.
for being late. It is fixed for next week.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So, We're going to have you next week. We're going to be there for Chaos and Controllers. I'm not sure what game we're playing yet. Maybe Halo Infinite Multiplayer. Maybe something else. I feel like doing something else. I got Alan Wake on my PC, and I could hook up my Switch so we can do a quest or two on Skyrim on my Switch, so that's something. Maybe I'll ask what people think on my Patreon and Twitter. So if you want to get hooked up with those, they're in the link in the description. Through the link in the descriptions, if you'd like to be... You know what? Look, first, I got to thank my patrons. Almost forgot. My patrons are Emerald Spencer, DJ Skywalker, Aaron Davis, Phil Brony, Pat fucking
5,000. Pat G 5,000.
Pat G 5,000. That's a name that's hard to remember. And we got a Carol
Kirkpatrick.
Kirkpatrick. I'm like, is there another Patrick in this? I'm like, I feel like I made that up in my brain.
Yep.
All right,
She
so
calls herself Sophie on my server.
and Angel of Speed. So yeah, I got a lot of patrons now. I'm gonna have to actually make a physical list. Oh, jeez.
Welcome to my world.
Damn it! Well, thank you all. I appreciate your donations so much. Did I not see your name, Angel of
And
Speed?
he just hasn't caught up yet. He's like 30 seconds behind us.
Yeah, well, Angel of Speed is my patron too. Did I not say him?
You did say Angel
Oh,
of Speed.
I did say him. So, if you'd like to be them and join my Patreon, you go to the link in the description below. You become, if for just $2 per stream, you can get your own kazoo cover on my queue. Or for $10 per post, you still get the kazoo cover, but you also join the Discord server. It's fun times. I try to post in there more often. Any memes I get, pictures of our pets and animals. I posted a really great picture of Bronny's aunt's cat. It's super fat. I gotta go back there and I gotta take a picture of the other fat cat. But it was great. I look forward to that, just to see fat pictures of cats.
And if you try to donate any negative numbers to her PayPal, I'm going to hit you with this
Technically,
bottle.
it's a new tipping thing that Emerald helped me set up. So if you want to help me test that, you can donate however much
You
you think
didn't put
of
that link in the description.
Did I not? It should be in there. Or did I?
Nope, it's still your PayPal link.
Really? I thought I said that. Well, whatever. Just fucking donate. I don't know.
We'll
Donate.
figure that out.
Need that bacon money. Don't you mess this up for me.
Yeah. My Patreon money goes to him.
It kind of does, actually, which is really, really sad.
It's an investment.
What are you investing in? There's nothing here that's worth any amount of kitchen. We're visible on stream.
Anyways, you can follow me on Twitter and look for updates. That's where I'm going to post pictures of anything I draw. I just post pictures about my life. I post pictures of my cat, sometimes of my fish. Look at him. Look at him over there.
That is a fish.
He's a champ. He's a stallion. He's a survivor. He doesn't even give a shit.
Fish. Look at him.
Let him go. You guys should totally look at him, but you can't turn your head because you're a camera. Ronnie's going to turn
Look
your
at
head.
him. I could see him clearly fine. I'm literally like, what, 600 miles from you guys?
Look at him go. Look how big he is.
Yeah, look at him.
Look at him
I'll be
go.
down there. I'll be down there in a moment, guys.
What a champ. What a hero. Look at him go. He's
That's
like,
a pretty
man.
big goldfish.
Yeah,
Let him go.
he
Sure.
got, I can't believe how big he is. You want to look at my figures? My wall? I got a lot of stuff that you guys don't see on a day-to-day basis. It's pretty great.
That is an office, I'll tell you that. I wish I had an office like that.
It's a pretty good
Without
office.
repercussions of my family being at me about it.
Alright. Okay, guys, let's close off the stream because my eye's starting to wander in a different direction. I don't want you guys to see that. It looks really weird. Anyways, with that, let's sign off. Let's say good night in alphabetical order. Brandon, you first.
Have a good night.
Bronny.
Have a good night.
Don't show him my messy closet.
There's nothing I can do about that. There's no door on it.
Stop. Edits Coon?
Stay happy, stay healthy, and like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. I don't ask people to do that because I thought it was stupid and played out, but maybe I actually have to ask people to like and subscribe because they forget.
That's the secret to YouTube's algorithm. It senses whether
Yeah,
or not you're actually asking people to subscribe, and for some reason
I'm
it plugs
help- yeah,
that.
I'm
because-
helping.
Like and
I'll
subscribe,
do it.
my dude. Emerald, your
And
turn.
follow my Patreon.
Have a good night, everyone.
Follow my Patreon, but don't actually pay anything. All right, good night, everybody. This has been a good one. I hope next week is just as good. Bye-bye.